What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today on Madden 21, and we're doing another rebuild. This one, we're going to do a fat old fantasy rebuild, a straight-up fantasy where we could trade for anything, do whatever we want, because we did this as a fantasy draft. And, of course, we're doing a rebuild out of it. I don't remember if the goal was 500 likes or not, but I seen there was over 500. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I appreciate it. And by that video, I mean the how to draft a perfect fantasy draft team video, which we uploaded a couple of days ago. And that's the team we're going to be rebuilding. So if you want to see that before you watch this, go check it out. It may be in the description, the pinned comment, or just type in perfect fantasy draft Jeromepkr. There you go. It's the most recent one. Anyways, for the people that have watched that, or you don't care, or you left to go watch it and now you're coming back, this is what the roster looks like. So an 82 overall team. If you didn't know, maybe it's in the title as well, that they did update the valuing of players along with the trading of players. So these are kind of the teams you're going to be getting, or, well, you're hoping to aim for teams like these, because obviously now you can't get those steals you used to. A lot of players go a lot higher. You know, Jordan Love's a 4th round pick. Taysom's like a 5th or a 6th or something like that. Teddy's up there in the top 4 rounds as well. You know, the quarterbacks are a little too overvalued. In the sense of NFL, technically they're not, but because it's not that hard to get a quarterback that you can develop in Madden, specifically, in the draft, they're a bit overvalued, I will say. But this is the squad we got. I can't remember, which pick was which and who was, in what round, but it's a pretty decent roster looking at what we need. Maybe look at running back. Kind of depends on how Pollard goes around with your wives. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. But usually he doesn't do super well in Sim from what I've noticed. Sony Michel's 25, so I don't know if he's really super developable. But he is like a dual threat type, which of course in Madden do pretty well. The trucking backs seem to be the better of the backs. O-line, the tackles are great, but the guards, the interior, that's what we're going to be looking to improve. Obviously, tight end Njoku. We missed Fant, missed a couple other guys. Maybe we should have went with Irv Smith in the end, but we went with David Njoku, who has aggressive. Oh, he has the drops open pass trait, though, or just drops passes. That's a bit of a yikes, but he has aggressive, run after catch, and fight for yards. Let's actually compare that to the guy, once again, we were talking about that we were going to go with, Mr. Irv Smith. No aggressive, but he has feet in bounds, run after catch, possession. Yeah, I'd probably go on a limb and say he is probably better than Njoku. But then again, aggressive catch is massive, especially if you do throw to your tight end a lot like I do. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's a fantasy rebuild. I don't really care. But the defensive side of things now, which I say we're a little bit more set in the long run on, right end normal, but that's one of those long-term guys. Davion Taylor, because he's fast, you could develop him as a long-term. Edmonds, I intend to be a long-term. So really, you'd be looking to replace the right outside linebacker and DT number 2, and that's pretty much it. Whereas the offense, maybe running back, interior of the line, and that's probably it, right? So, I mean, both sides are pretty set. Just a little bit more towards the offense needs a little bit more help, I think. So I had no idea what these guys are worth because it showed red interest on these guys. For use check, it was yellow. But apparently we got a 3rd round pick off the Buccaneers. So I don't even know. Bro, I'm telling you, this man Terrell's a glitch. Of course, he failed this, but last time we had Terrell Edmonds, he failed it the first time and got it the second time again. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. There we go. Now that's a win. Rashawn Gary. I'm telling you. It's not hard. Ooh, okay, that is nice, actually. It's not hard to develop these guys. Oh, yeah, we got 2 punters. Honestly, whoever is cheaper may get the deal. Dixon's cheaper. He's slightly older, but I don't care. I'll give him the deal. 4-year. Number 4. Yikes. That's a bit of a yikes. I normally don't change the numbers too much, and it's not even just because I'm a Packers fan. I don't know. I just feel like number 4 outside of a quarterback is probably not a great-looking number, just in my opinion. Got a bunch of backups here. Not really. Who wants the 10 mil? Relax. Backups. All right. Final week into the postseason, and we lose, which may have been us in the postseason if it wasn't for that. So the Niners were at the 7th seed, and now it didn't matter. Damn. Everyone played pretty damn well. We were not that great. 8-8. I mean, we've had worse starts for these types of videos because obviously we go for the younger players with higher devs, whereas even with the fix, there's still going to be positions that, we're going to take the higher dev but lower overall, similar to taking Derek Brown over Vita Vea, which in the long run I would imagine is the better choice. Maybe wide receiver or running back doesn't matter as much, or quarterback, because those guys are easier to dev, but DTs, very hard to get to superstar development traits. So, I mean, I would like to look at where Vita Vea is just to see if he gets a superstar, but I highly, highly doubt it. Herbert may be good enough to superstar, probably not. Pollard, yeah, we need a new running back, simply put. Receivers were really bad, but passing wasn't that great in general. We probably should see how good the O-line was. Rashawn Gary, not bad. Star could go to superstar. O-line wasn't that bad either. Let's see the interceptions, which are always bad for us. Interceptions, pretty decent numbers for Madden Sim, I suppose. Let's take a look at the MVPs and all that, because obviously, the teams are going to be different. Lamar Jackson at quarterback for the Bears. Jared Goff, at what position? Oh, funny. Jared Goff, Titans quarterback. Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers is a Cardinal. Wilson on the Chargers. Love on the Bengals. Kaepernick on the Jaguars. And then Tua for the Browns. As far as anything we may have won, I don't think we... Oh, Chin. Nice. I like it. Which one? Oh, double, triple chin jokes. That's just Jeremy Chin. That's who. Yeah, let's go see who wins the Super Bowl. Obviously, it shouldn't be the Browns again, right? If it's not, thank you. The Bengals versus the Seahawks is a little different, right? And thankfully. And the winner of this one is the Seahawks. Fair enough. All right, we have re-signings, but before that, let's take a look if we got any dev-ups, please. Herbert. And he didn't. We didn't get a single dev-up on offense. We have a bunch of upgrade points because I turned off auto-upgrade. And just for this rebuild, see, what's the story? Maybe it's actually not that bad to self-upgrade. And defensively, Gary went up in dev. Edmonds went up in dev, and then Chin went up in dev. What abilities does Chin have? Reach elite. I just kind of want to see what abilities he had, because, of course, he's a safety playing linebacker, so things are a little strange there. But, hey, I'll take that. That is not, it's not bad considering it was kind of a wasted season in a way, because obviously we would have really became a great team already if we would have made the postseason. As far as re-signings here, I would say White is like the only guy. Everyone else is kind of asking for a lot, and I get that because the free agent market's kind of weak right now, so, we could be seeing a bid war for J.K. Scott at this rate. Like, there's really not much going on. All right, so we have pick number 16 in the draft. As far as our picks actually go, though, we do have a tight end. I don't think we need to replace Njoku, but this tight end is very solid. He's Andrew Traynor. Very good top skills for catching. Super young. Only 6'3", though, and the speed's kind of like Irv Smith, ironically enough. Probably should have just went for Irv. It's just everything's going back to Irv now. We do have a DT, though. Mr. Cam Nixon, who looks decent. We also have Jerry Quincy, who looks pretty decent, too, but I think he's a little bit less on the talented side comparatively. We have a linebacker who we probably should go for, and then we have a quarterback that we have pretty much no need for, but he looks so beastly, like you just kind of can't pass on him. So honestly, I'm going to take one last look at the other players around the board and see if there's anyone else maybe we should have put on the list, and then we'll move on. All right, we trade 16 down plus a 7 this and next for 25 and 57 this. And they end up taking the tight end, Andrew Traynor. Let's see, obviously, if it was a good choice or not. We wouldn't have gotten him anyways. We wouldn't have grabbed him anyways because we just don't need a tight end that badly. As far as our board, we had a linebacker that was a little bit higher than that. And is he still there? Otis Ginn. He looks so good, but it's just like, I don't know, dude. Like, this guy looks almost just as good, and if they're both normal, at least the other guy's 1 year younger, so, the XP should fly a little bit higher. The biggest need probably is lineman, but Cam Nixon is a tough guy to pass, so that's an early second, Do we just take Cameron Samuels and call it a day? Wait, whoa, that guy's way worse than I thought. Yikes. That guy's not very good at all. Then again, his strength is low, but everything else is fine. I believe in the game. Okay, so very good pick. 76 overall, a lot stronger than I actually thought he was going to be as well. It's a good pick. I mean, there's really no arguing that. And here we may be selling. Let's just go to the next round instead. Let's trade up. Cam Nixon is there. The middle linebacker is there. So I want both of them if I can get them. See how much it costs to trade up. So we give them 48 and Connor Williams for 33. We have our new center. So someone can't, someone's going to have to not play. And I suppose we just made that. Actually, we shouldn't even have done that because now we have Mike Pouncey who's going to retire next year. But I suppose Cam Nixon is our next choice, and he was not a great pick. 72 overall. I mean, he has potential for sure, but normal development. He is 21. Yeah, it's a good pick. It's not bad. So we gave them our second-round pick next year, a fourth this, and Gallimore for 37. And I think at 25, we're going to hope the quarterback is there. Not that we necessarily need him, but we're still going to hope for it. David Washington, single hidden. Please? No? Okay, I guess not. He probably will be our starter. Not even probably. He will be our starter because he actually is really, really good for that overall. 70 zone coverage, 64 man is really great out the gate. 70 catching is rare to see from a linebacker. Block shed's decent. Hit power is pretty solid. Obviously, extremely fast. Injury stamina toughness is rough, but it's a rebuild. Thankfully, you're not actually using this team. And even if you were, you'd probably be fine anyways. We still have the other DT there, but we also do have two players I definitely want if I can get them. Mr. Austin, who we can 100% get. And then Bola. I kind of want him. I definitely want him, actually. But let's go for the quarterback. Austin, you just can't miss on a player like that. And 71 overall hidden. If he's superstar or better, we have a conversation on our hands. If he's an X factor, I think you have to start him. We give them 80 this, a fifth and a sixth next for 65, which of course will be a running back. And I think it's a clear-cut pick as well. Mr. Davante Bola, who looks really, really good. Let's take a look. Not at all, apparently. Apparently not. Acceleration and agility was low as expected, but I thought it was going to be a higher overall. You're looking at these ratings, and he looks like a higher overall than that, right? 84 strength has got to put him in the top, 5% for running backs in strength easily. Let's actually take a look at running back strength. I mean, this guy looks like one of the best power backs in the league already. It puts him as the 5th/6th highest trucking in the league, or strength in the league, which obviously will turn into trucking in the long run because he's already really high in trucking anyways. I think we might still start him. How old was he? Was he 22? If he's 22, I may still start him. Yeah, I think we may still start him anyways. Pollard just was not good. I don't know what our next pick. I think we have a 5th-round pick. There's this guy, Lamontanu. Is it Lamontane? I don't even know. But he is 23. Got a couple of tight end looks. I think we're just going to go to... Ooh, wait. We have a 3rd-round pick for 1. And 2, I seen a DT at the end there that looked pretty damn good, actually. This guy. Ooh, that guy looks like a steal. I'm just going to take him now. Grant Money, what a name. What a name, and he's a good player. 77 overall, we got ourselves a new starting number 2 DT. Weird to say starting number 2, but, Yeah, that guy looked really good. What a name, though. Grant Money. Sure. I suppose if you get the grant, you get money. Funny. We have a corner that we kind of just think, saw the 40, saw the 6'3"-ness. Meh. We're going to take this wide receiver, Alex Peterson, 69 overall, 6'3". Nice little developmental piece, but for us, it probably doesn't matter. And then we take some random left guard, Taj Hankins, who is definitely not worth it. Now, going forward, we mentioned this before, but if we're in a realistic rebuild and we take a guy like this Austin guy, this quarterback, and he's hidden, we're not going to look. But since it's a fantasy, we are going to look. We're going to take a look. I'd say superstar, which I'm not going to start him in that case, which, perfect. I don't know how I know these things, but I do. And he was the only hidden we actually landed, wasn't he? It's kind of depressing. Let's take a look at some of the other guys we missed. There was some, weren't there? Let's see, Peterson, one of the tight ends. So Darius Peterson, he was on the list, but I seen he was 23. I was like, too much of a risk. Tight ends are usually normal dev in the draft, so not worth the risk, and hell, he's only star. So you can make the argument that he's a good player, but I don't know. With that age, I don't think he is. And then Trainer, who is just not good in the slightest. Even slower than I would have imagined as well. Kovacs ace, hidden development lineman. That's a surprise. And who was our center? Oh, that's who it was. It must have been Kovacs was our center. Because I was like, who was our center? Because we had a center that was before our guy, but he was the only center, so clearly it was him. And then I imagine there was probably someone else that we missed, and I just completely forgot. Let's look at running backs. There was a guy that skipped the combine. I can't remember who his name was, but it's probably pretty easy to tell. Paul Hoffman. This was actually the guy because he had the exact same height and weight. So unless somebody else has the exact same height and weight. Michael Hobson. Damn, look at that. Stiff arm's not there, but change of direction, 89, 88 juke move, 97 excel. What a monster. I mean, there was a couple of decent overalls, but I don't even think there was like one hidden guy in the entire class for running back, so just unlucky, unfortunate. I still think we should probably start Bola. Let's compare. So Pollard's very fast, but once again, EA values trucking backs more than anything, and he's obviously very good at trucking. But so is Sony Michel. We could have started Sony last season. Oh well, more of an Xbox fan myself. My man's had 2 upgrades, and he got +2 speed. Oh, man. Do we have to start him now? I think we have to give him another shot. All right, year 2, we're an 85 overall already. Obviously, some of the positions still need to be improved. Left guard set, so we need a center for sure, and then maybe right guard. Kind of depends. Greg Little's like a 75 overall. He's still kind of young, so I'm not sure exactly there. Tight end's just fine. Defensively, right outside linebacker. We'll see if he can get a dev up. He's 21, so he's pretty young. Money has no face because, you know, there's nothing money can't buy other than a face. I said it. Cornerbacks are fine. D-line, like we said, very fine. We just got to get a pitcher for money. Safeties are pretty set. I mean, this team is already pretty damn good. But, I mean, something does kind of tell me that it's not going to go super, super well. Pouncey probably will retire. I don't know what our situation for O-line is going to be, and I don't know if you have to pay anyone big for another couple of years, so we're going to give Greg Little a 2-year, and then, you know, if we need to replace him, we can replace him. It won't cost us too much. Pouncey will most likely retire, though. Headed to playoffs once again right at the end. We do finally win. The Lions must have lost a bunch of games near the end because they were like 7-0 when they beat us. Justin Herbert, 4th out. So, you know, better season, but not by much. Rushing was decently better, you know, 3.3 yards per carry last season. About the same yards, though. Touchdowns were a little bit better. Receiving, Lockett could go to Superstar, which would be clutch. As far as blocking, pretty decent. Defensively, only one guy over 100 tackles. David Washington, the rookie, could have won Rookie of the Year on that. Sack numbers, pitiful. Danielle Hunter has just not played well. Now, don't let that, you know, send you astray when you're actually drafting because, you know, if you're actually going to play the games, trust me, Danielle Hunter will be worth it, especially if you use him, but just on his own. As far as MVP, once again, Lamar Jackson just crushing it. Rookie of the Year, please? Yeah, there you go. Washington, Rookie of the Year. Huffman for the Rams, Rookie of the Year on the offensive side of things. That really high overall running back. Now we face the Detroit Lions, who I think may have beat us twice. All right, playoff time against the team that was undefeated for ages. And now they are not. 88 overall to the 86 overall Detroit Lions. I wish it was easier for us to, like, see their team if they had a big board that showed the entire roster in one click. But they don't, so a lot of these teams were probably, unless we get, like, really mad and, like, egotistical, we're probably not going to see most of the rosters, even if it's a fantasy. And speaking of fantasies, the Browns are still in it. Sam Darnold is their quarterback, so definitely don't deserve to win this, but, you know, we'll see if they can. 7-all so far, 10-7, 10-14. I mean, it's a close game at least, right? And at half, we will be up by 7. That is massive score. We get a touchdown right after half as well. Get a field goal. It's looking pretty good. It's looking a little less good. It's looking real. Bruh. How do you choke a 17-point lead? It's not even the championship game yet. Come on. Come on, fellas. Really? Are you joking me? Oh, my God. You know what? It's early in the rebuild, kind of. So if they score, you know, if they win, they win. I usually expect to win these within 3 seasons anyway, so, just let it happen. If we don't deserve to win, we don't deserve to win in this one. In a realistic one, I'll have to help, because like we've said before, I almost feel like winning a realistic rebuild in Madden is harder than in real life, honestly, because you could build the best team, and EA still will be like, nah, you're not even close, buddy. At least in real life, if you build the best team, you got a really good chance, right? Like this, if you have the best team in the league, you have a really high chance of winning the Super Bowl. But in Madden, it's just like any old team will win, or the team that has like the highest name, like the Browns or something. Like for EA's sense, they have the highest name at least. As Justin Herbert, who looks like he's literally from one of those old like greaser movies. Oh man. What is his rating? He looks really good, obviously, other than break sack, and I suppose his throw on the runs could be a little bit better. He's looking pretty good. I mean, the Lions did make the Super Bowl here, and they're going against the Chargers, and they do win, so I suppose, they kind of deserved it. Apparently, we're a 90 overall. Let's see if we had any dev-ups. I don't know if we would have had any. Lockett goes to Superstar, I believe, right? He did go to Superstar. That's pretty clutch at, 29 now? That's pretty clutch. Did he beat the regression? He did, it seems. So that was actually very clutch. Defensively, maybe Edmonds, I think, to Superstar. Definitely would have preferred Eddie Jackson to Superstar, but I suppose he still got some time to get there. And then I think Washington got to Star. Yeah, he got to Star. So, not a bad couple of upgrades. It would have been nice to see Grant Money. What a name. What a name. Get to Star, but he didn't. That's pretty much... Oh, wait, did Denzel Ward get to Star? Superstar. That was a really good season, actually. Never mind. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Did we have any retirements? Probably not, right? Mike Pouncey's still here. 78 overall. This man does not retire, even though in real life he retired. Of course, it's a fantasy, so I allowed it. Albert O, Davion Taylor. Some really expensive contracts here. I think, Mike Pouncey, he's going to get a decent offer in free agency. Let's take a look at our O-line, because I suppose Mike Pouncey's like the only O-line guy we have to get rid of. Yeah, we'll get a new lineman. I really don't want to, because Pouncey's kind of that dude, but realistically, looking at what we need, this is really all we need. We don't need anything else. O-line, perhaps a running back again, but, even then, it's not like a necessary need. We could trade for a running back, too, instead of using our draft picks. We have 112 mil. I doubt there's going to be anyone here, though. So we have our kicker already. Corner don't really matter. Leonard Fournette would be a good player, but we don't really need him. Maybe go for a backup, but no, starters. I doubt we're going to find any starters in here. Nobody wants Pouncey, really. Ooh, instead of using our draft picks. What do you mean draft picks? Basically draft pick at this rate. We have, nothing. Early, I guess he's 23, but I guess that is probably one of our highest projected to pick players. I don't know if that's projected to pick, if that's really a phrase or not, but... Yeah, the O-line, not looking super great here. You do have this guy probably is better to go for, 2 years younger. It's just you can't really bank on an offensive lineman being hidden. So you can't really spend too much of a pick on a guy that's 23, right? Even the most obvious of players usually don't have a hidden, which is just ridiculous. There's got to be, if you're not going to make it where you can dev up O-linemen, you got to put some obvious ones in there, right? Ooh, late fourth. That guy looks like an obvious good player, speaking of. DT's not that big of a need, but, might as well just take best available, right? Just keep looking around. All right, we looked around for teams that would be willing to trade their backs to us, and we found Ezekiel Elliott from the Raiders. Traded our superstar quarterback, a first-round pick, and Sony Michel. So there was a decent-looking running back, I will say. Maybe you should have just waited for him, but I don't know, dude. It's Demarius Gray. Looks good. We may still take him anyways, but yeah, we just won't have our center, simply put. Realistically, we had a guard and a center. We'll take a look at how good they are, but overall, we could still probably make the trade up if we want, which I think we will. Because honestly, that guard does look probably pretty good. Good enough to draft, I'd say. Especially since we have Weston Richburg's rejected. Don't know the status on the center. Or I should say the other center. Well, we went to the end of the start of the first round, or the second round anyways, and they're gone. So I guess we're not going to take them. Our running back's gone too. Oh, no, he's not. He's right there. I didn't even scout him. Why didn't I? I had enough scouting points. I just completely forgot to. I imagine he's going to be pretty good, though, so we're going to trade up to the Titans. It's a bit of a sell, though, to be trading up like this. All right, there we go. We give them Pipkins and a bunch of other stuff for pick 1. Don't need the running back, but we're going to take him. I hope he's normal, honestly, because otherwise we sold with Zeke. And he is normal. So 73 overall, another really solid-looking player. Injuries high, stamina's high. They definitely want you to make him good, but at the end of the day, what can you do? Aggressive catch? Interesting. Aggressive catch on a non-receiving back. That's something. Never scouted this guy either. I really sold on this draft. I don't know why. I just completely forgot to scout some of these players. We definitely want this center just for the odd chance that he's hidden. And even then, we don't have a center at the moment, so at least we'll have something there. But of course, we're going to trade down to Seattle. And then we'll probably take that center now. Center's gone already? This Elijah Weaver's still here. What the hell? Come on, man. Don't need a wide receiver, but that guy looks all right. Elijah Weaver, have no idea how good he is. Mid-7th, none of that usually works. Let's just keep trading down and get some more value, I guess. Everything here we really don't need. Well, we basically traded out of the draft. We got pick 32, so we got Mr. Irrelevant out of the Browns to gain a 5th next year. If there's anything there left over, we'll take it. The kicker, Ricky Griffin. Oh my, highest combine grade, but that obviously doesn't matter too much. Yeah, not a super deep class. Let's take a look at the guys we missed. I don't think this was the guard, but it may have been. It may have been. I can't remember. Actually, what was his strength? Because our guy would have had really high strength. Start of element trait, which is good. What was his strength, though? If it was really high, it must have been him. 92. Yeah, I'd say that's probably him. It could have also been this guy. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, they're both high strength. This definitely was the center, though. So that would have been a sell and a half. Well, it must have been one of the guards. I would say it was Person, but they're both 92 strength, so I really don't know. Look at this. How do you work with that, this guy's normal, but guess what? He's developable. It's still technically a bust because that's pick 1 overall, but you could still develop that because, he's not a lineman. You could still develop him. Look at this. Pick 3 overall. Useless. Some really decent tight ends in this one, though. There was 2 guys that were 4'6", and there was 6'6" at tight end. This guy was one of them, and he was an X factor. What a pick. Oh, my. That's an amazing pick at tight end. And then of course, he was a little bit slower. I think he was 4'6'9", but why am I checking him? He was normal. What am I doing? There's probably some other picks that we had that we missed, but yeah, the center wasn't worth it, which we would not have taken no matter what, because he was just 23. Like I said, if they're 23 and normal, it's a bust. So I just don't think you could take, even if unless they were talked about and they look really good in the combine. I just don't think it's worth taking a lineman that's 23. Of course, it appears that Zeke will need... Actually, I can't tell if he needs a contract because they would take the hit from the trade. He would have been a high pick, so yeah, actually, we're set for a while with him. Yeah, it was a good trade. I mean, our draft was bad, but that was because we did get rid of our first-round pick. We still have Pollard. Got to take a look at some of these contracts. We're going to take a look at them just because we can't afford everyone, obviously. And what's happening with our O-line? Oh, we just don't have anyone to fill the center spot. Let's see if there's anyone on the trade block, because we do have pretty much everything for next year anyways. I mean, there's a couple of linemen here, actually. We could probably pull something off. We ended up taking this random lineman. I have no idea how good he is. I don't even know if he's hidden or not, but he's 23, so might as well grab him and put him at our center spot. Brenton Payne. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't be giving up that easily if he was hidden. I like the fact that they did change the values because, we could have easily just cheesed that. So even though it's technically a fantasy, is it really a fantasy anymore? Because we can still get, we can't get first-round picks like it's anything now. So Hamler, Willie Gay, and Greedy Williams for pick 35, which, in theory isn't great, but I suppose not every team. Let's actually take a look at their the players we traded off. Okay, they don't really need the corner that much, right? But, you know, not every team's going to end up with Marlon Humphrey and Tre'Davious White. That's so OP. Look at the way they drafted. Their offense must suck, dude. Devin White, Marlon Humphrey, Tre'Davious White, Minka Fitzpatrick. Harrison Smith's probably not that low of a pick. They got some quarterback that's like a youngster. Dylan's developable. Juju Smith-Schuster, ironically enough. Antonio Brown, ironically enough. They actually drafted really well. This team, how are they projected 3rd overall? They look like they took they have a really good roster. Pollard and Chase on for pick 32 from the Buccaneers. All right, year 3, this is what the team looks like. I wish Herbert would have got to superstar, but, you know, I guess the guy we just traded off will be better than Herbert by the end of the season. Lockett superstar, Chark superstar. Obviously want him to become the superstar because he's younger, but at least Lockett won't retire right away. O-line, outside of center, this is looking pretty good, right? The tackles are 90. The guards are, going to be in the 80s once the season gets going. Obviously, Samuel's already 80. Njoku, 84 overall. That's perfectly fine. I don't think we have anyone to re-sign. I think we traded, well, actually, no. We have to re-sign Hardman and Harrison Butker, but we traded off most of the guys we have to re-sign. The defense, literally everyone's a star. Well, how does he not have a face? Like, they just don't want to see that face, I guess. But everyone on defense is starter caliber, and pretty much as long as you can afford them, these are the guys you would keep for the rest of this. All right, Harrison Butker wants a contract. Honestly, you just probably give him the max, right? 34, I'd say 33 years old. So 6-year, 31 mil. Kyle Juszczyk, I don't even know how much fullback matters, but he's the best in the league by far, so we're going to pay him. Hardman, I know the contracts are going to get quite expensive, so let's give him a 6-year deal now. So then if we have to get rid of Lockett or something, we have a backup plan. And no one else really needs to be signed. We just got Gandy Golden. We put him at tight end, so it'd be what it be. All right, here it is, right at the end again, and we barely make it again. I don't know, what overall are we? We're a 93 overall. There's no way other teams are even as close to as good as us. I will say, though, Herbert looks like he finally got to superstar, which is clutch. Zeke was really good for us, obviously. Receiving, Chark. I mean, Lockett got to superstar with those numbers, so Chark should almost 100 catches on top of it. As far as blocking goes, once again, I really can't tell you. I don't know if the overalls matter. Because obviously O-line sucks in Madden for Sim, but I would assume having 2 90-plus overall tackles gives you a better chance in Sim in theory, right? I don't know. Devin Bush could go to superstar. Danielle Hunter finally. Hey, Danielle, how have you been? I didn't know you even existed in this rebuild. Sweet. Welcome. Harrison was literally perfect, so obviously happy with that one. And Lamar Jackson wins MVP yet again. We haven't even seen much of Mahomes. He's not even on the list here. What team did he go to? Is he on the Vikings? Okay, that kind of makes sense. EA hates the Vikings, so there's that. Any award wins. You got best quarterback. That's pretty nice. Running back number 3. And number 1 kicker. I mean, I guess we'll take that. Going up against the Buccaneers, who I think we have their 2nd-round pick, so it'd be a win-win to win this, right? That's way too many wins and words, oh my lord. I really wish the Buccaneers were a worse team. I mean, I suppose we did kind of have that one year where we literally just won the whole thing right out the gate with Jameis and all that, but I just like the Buccaneers stadium. I don't know, I like their uniforms, but obviously it's going to be quite a bit of time before we're able to choose them for a franchise, unless we do a fantasy. Yeah, we could always do a fantasy draft with them or something in the future, but yeah, we'll see. As they come out the gate swinging, 7-0, still 7-0. Finally put up some points. Defense is doing a pretty damn good job. Offense gets the field goal before half. 7 to start the second half. Huge rushing touchdown by Zeke, which is kind of what we were missing. However, once again, we're choking in the postseason. We're literally choking. Come on, fellas. Please, Harrison. Yes! That's why you pay him. I know it's only a 45-yarder, but hey, you never know. Harrison Butker, the god himself. Justin Herbert kind of got outplayed by Jimmy in a way, as both teams had pretty good running games. I mean, Zeke had a really long run, so realistically, you can make an argument that we didn't even deserve to win this, but at least we won. We held on after choking again. God, why do I choose the Packers? It's just going to happen. Well, that's kind of cool. Yo, is that what pitcher was that for TJ Watt? That was actually really sick. Am I wrong to think that that was like amazingly cool looking? And what do you know? 11-5. It's literally like a repeat of last year, basically. In Ford Field, another team that we could become for next year's franchise. I feel like we should. I think Detroit is going to be one of our franchise teams for sure. We've already done the Bears and the Packers. It only makes sense to knock out the NFC North at some point, right? Come on. This is some bull crap. Really, we're just not going to score with this team. Bruh, are you serious? Not a hope, dude. I'm backing out. I don't care. 33 points to our 7. Imagine trying to stop this roster in real life. Zeke, Lockett, Chark, the Njoku, Hardman. 7 points. And I can't even confirm that those 7 points were on offense. I can't. So we're going to sim. We're going to lose anyways. And then we're going to go on. Yep. I don't get it. Like, let's compare our team to theirs. I mean, we already know our team pretty much, right? I don't know why I went this way. This is the slower way. So looking at quarterback, I mean, Sam Darnold's, he's garbage. He's absolutely garbage. As far as rushing goes, James Robinson, looking like a god, to be fair. Wide receivers, Terry McLaurin. They do have some good wide receivers, but, I mean, that's pretty much like our level, because considering we have 3 good wide receivers, they only have 2. Our tight end's massively better. Tackle and guard is better than ours. O-line, it's pretty similar, to be fair. I'd say theirs is a slight bit better, but we have the depth comparatively, I suppose. Like, we have 4 decent ones. They have 2 really good ones, or 3 really good ones, and then like a kind of an average one. So they do have a better one, but not by much. Pass rush is similar, but Donald is kind of a beast. DT, we're better than them. Outside line, but they got a really weird team. I think our defense is better than theirs. We definitely have a better team than theirs for sure. But I suppose it doesn't matter because we're on to season 4 in a fantasy. Detroit has a chance to go again and win a Super Bowl, and they do with the exact same score as before. And for our DevOps, we obviously see that Herbert is one of them. Chark is one of them. Superstar development. He got spin cycle. Interesting. I don't know what abilities Justin Herbert would have got. Sleight of hand and conductor. I guess conductor doesn't, it's not great, but doesn't really matter too much. Defensively, any DevOps. So Devin Bush appears to be one of them. Might have actually been the only one, and he was. That's a bit of a yikes. All right, we're in the draft. There's a bunch of first-round talent players. I mean, obviously, that's kind of how it goes. I did have that right guard on my board, and I think I would have taken him, but 75 overall, you still don't even know. Was he going to be hidden or not? There's a lot of talented players. Of course, I don't know if they're all there or not, but I suppose we'll find out right now. This guy's on the list, too. I mean, there's so many decent players. Well, I say that, but apparently all the ones we wanted are gone. There was a lot of good DTs. There's good pass rushers. All that stuff. We have to pay Rashawn Gary this season, and I do not. I mean, there's a lot of players we have to pay. There's a safety we have to pay as well, Mr. Eddie Jackson. This is definitely a guy we're probably going to draft. I don't know why I said this is definitely and then probably right after, but I suppose we can land a few different players. We do have a left tackle, Desmond Levy, early second, or the pass rusher. But I mean, I feel like we can pay Rashawn Gary and keep the dream alive. I really don't know who I would bet more on here. I guess Levy. And he's hidden. Nice. 71 overall. I mean, look at this. 71 overall. Imagine he's not hidden. This is what you have at normal. And you have no chance to dev him up. Such a nightmare, dude. Let's go to 14. Hope that safety's there. And maybe we shouldn't have went that far, actually, because we have a lot of decent picks here. Thankfully, he is there still. I mean, he's not that great, but comparing to what we have, I mean, it's either that guy or this guy. We might even take both, especially if Godfrey is only normal. But I suppose we're going to hope for the best. And another hidden. This has been a win so far. Absolute W so far. I mean, I suppose he's going to replace Eddie Jackson. We could trade him off for... I mean, Eddie Jackson's a pretty damn good player, so God knows what. Victor Anderson. Don't really need a running back, but, I mean, some of these guys look very hard to pass. Like, Junior Duggins and Anderson look very good. I mean, really, we probably should take this corner. He looks like one of those can't-miss players. Will he be, though? I mean, we don't know. Is there even such thing as a can't-miss player these days on Madden? I wouldn't be able to tell you. I suppose we'll take him, though. Jay Moore looks really fast, 6 foot tall. Not a fan of that, 23 years old, but we're going to take him. And he is a very good player. He was a can't-miss, but 75 overall. Normal with, 23 is a little rough, but I suppose... And maybe should have taken one of those running backs because they're both gone. I suppose we're going to take this quarterback. I mean, he's really the best available player there, so we're going to take him. Eric Byrne. Nowhere near as good as the other one. Last one we had was like superstar. Well, I can't say nowhere near because as far as a user quarterback goes, he's actually not that bad. He's like it's like Jalen Hurts 2.0, like legitimately like super fast, really good break sack. He's a very talented quarterback actually, but not really super valuable for us. I suppose we're going to take a best available linebacker, early 4th, 67 overall. Decently fast. Catching really sucks, though. All right, 5th round pick, we're going to take Keyshawn Allen, who is not a good pick. We traded everything else away for was it a 4th and 2 4ths, I believe. All right, so our left tackle was hidden. How good of a hidden was he? He was star. How tall is he? He's 6'4". I suppose he's our new center. Who did we have at center before, actually? I know we had Pouncey, but I think it was just a random guy we traded for, wasn't it? Oh, well. Antoine Godfrey, star development trait. I would have liked to see a little bit better than that, especially since Eddie was only star, but I suppose Eddie's going to be replaced with that guy, and I think that was the only hidden. There was a couple other guys that we did miss, so let's take a look at how good they were. So, this was one of the DDT. Jesus. One of the DTs looks absolutely insane, by the way. Super strong, super speedy. This guy's a god. And his development was star. Didn't expect too much more out of that. I mean, how good do you need the player to be? Anyone else? There was a lot of DTs here, like a ton of them. You can see here's another DT, 78 overall. Only normal for this guy, but still, even at normal, very, very talented. Kid was one of the guys we had on our list. Thankfully, we didn't take him. Who else? This was another DT on the list. Another normal, but super beastly. Again, look at how fast he is. Dual threat. Strength is high. Obviously, you make him as a power rusher. Philippin, the guard. This is probably the guy we're going to end up taking. Only normal, though. So you can see, high overall. Normal dev only. Desmond Levy, don't even remember. Oh, that's our guy. I was like, I don't remember there being a decent center. I was like, oh, yeah, we just changed him. Nice. Good job, Brain. Coates, was that one of the guys who, I think that was the pass rusher we're debating on taking. Another DT, Graves, Lindell Spriggs. Was there anyone else? Yikes with that guy. And I thought there was another guy. I thought there was a D end. It's like a left end. McCann, no. Oh, this is the guy who went way high. Bonds, hidden development trait. Doesn't really matter because he was all the way up at 14, but hopefully he was less than Superstar or X Factor. And, okay, so yeah, I wouldn't have traded up. I mean, I might have traded up for him, but it probably wouldn't have been a very good trade up because we did end up with a hidden development center. We trade Eddie Jackson to the Broncos for pick 25. All right, here is what the roster looks like for year 4. I can't believe it. We're actually about to be into year 4, and we haven't won the thing yet. Oh, man. We're actually, like, I don't even remember the last time we failed a rebuild with a fantasy team, but if we don't win this within 5, I'd be so sad because, of course, once again, 5 years is the cutoff point. But year 4, we still have this year, and then if we need it, next season. Obviously, the receivers look pretty damn good. Running back is one of the best in the league. I mean, there's a lot of really good running backs, but what are they going to say Zeke is? The number 2, he's wearing 28 because Ward has 21, and obviously, why would he give up his number? He's very good as well. Defensively, linebackers are solid. Safeties obviously take a little bit of a drop-off with Godfrey, but Eddie Jackson's name really didn't come up super high anyways, so it be what it be. Cornerbacks, Burgess is getting there, but obviously still, lacking a little bit at corner too. What age is he? 24, so I mean, he's fine, I suppose. But this is the big re-sign year, so it really kind of depends on who can we actually afford and who are we going to lose if we're going to lose anyone. Maybe this will be the cutoff point if we're going to lose a bunch of talented players. Because we can't really get too much better than this. We're kind of peaking at this point. All right, so Chark is a must re-sign type player, so that's till he's 32. Makes sense. Give him the deal. Welcome back. Rashawn Gary, a 3-year 49. I don't want to spend too much on him, so I'd say a 4-year 47 or a 4-year 67 makes a lot of sense. We'll probably give Lockett the 4-year. I think it's probably fair. Ragnow gets one. Chin gets one. Edmonds gets one. Devin. Yeah, I mean these signings aren't too bad. I think we're fine to sign everyone. All right, headed to the playoffs, and we are much better than we normally are. We're 11-5, but that still does not give us the division. Does not give us a bye week because I believe was it the Lions again? No, it's the Bears this time. The Lions finally, it would appear, missed the playoffs, right? Oh, come on, they're in. The whole damn division is in. We haven't actually looked at the schedule like in a while, I don't think, but you know, maybe we didn't win the Super Bowl at all yet. So if you think we cheated just to get the regular season done, that would just make no sense at all. Justin Herbert, not bad. Zeke, really good. Hardman, out of nowhere. We got 3 superstars around here. Is that what I'm seeing? Linemen, tackles are a lot better this time around. Tackles, Washington could go up to superstar. Daniil and Rashawn Gary both ball out. Love to see that. Really good numbers, actually. This is by far, top to bottom, our best season outside of maybe Harrison Butker. But, I mean, even then, it's still a really good season. Kyler Murray, MVP for the Chiefs. Were we not on the list? Oh, no, number 4. Okay, I just didn't see him for some reason. Any award wins. A couple of close ones. Hardman was the best wide receiver. Seen D-line, Rashawn or Daniil Hunter was probably on that list. But yeah, 96 overall. I don't know how that compares to the rest of the league, but I mean, you can see here the Falcons are 89. You can't really beat our overall, can you? I mean, this should be the season, right? And I mean, maybe this will actually be a good thing. I accidentally clicked kick, so maybe this will actually this will be the anti-curse. I don't even know. What's in like a miracle? I don't even know. Good luck charm? I don't know what the opposite of a curse would be. Good luck charm, I guess. But let's go to the end of the game. Let's see if we can win this thing. The Falcons are already on top. Come on, offense. What is wrong with this team, dude? I don't understand. Like, if I came in, we'd obviously win, like, instantaneously. Even here we could win, because as long as I'm not playing... Well, this is a little bit tougher, but as long as we're not playing on next gen, I could easily handle any sort of comeback with this team, because it's sick. The team's god tier, and we can't even put up a freaking point. I'm going to win it all. I'm going to play the entirety of this thing. I don't care how much cheese I have to do. I'm going to do it just to win. I don't care. I mean, look at how open he is. I mean, that's a touchdown. And this is on all Madden. It's just non-next gen is just like way more... I mean, like, yeah, that was kind of brokenly easy, but it's more fun movement-wise. I don't care. I'm going to win the whole thing. Assuming the defense can make a play, because I don't want to play D. Bruh, they can't. Well, I guess they can. 8 minutes left. What are the chances? Chark, Zeke. I mean, look at the team, dude. Right down the middle. Njoku, nice little play. Let's hurry up to the line. Like, at this point, I don't really care. I'll win the game for us if I have to. That was a tough one. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What a throw. That was tight coverage, because you've seen Zeke was open on the left side, but could you really trust that with the guy able to easily come back over? I'm going to come in on this play, because there's not a chance they stop him on this. I think you bring the blitz. Bring the blitz and press, and hope we can get there in time. Oh, good swat or jump attempt. That's a massive first down, though. Carson Wentz is who's destroying us. Oh, my. EA, please fix the sim. There you go. What is that? Sacked. And they're still, their offense is just like god tier. 3rd and 3 every single time. Are you serious? I'm not going to run commit. I'm going to run commit. It's a run. Come on. There you go. Good D. Don't know why I called the timeout there. Probably didn't need it, but we'll win this game for him. I don't care. Hardman might be able to burn off the line here. Damn, that is really good D. There you go. Peoples-Jones of all the people to get one. Huh? All the people? Zeke's not even going to be a part of this, is he? And that's a perfect throw. Chark, who's just been god tier, gets it. I mean, I'll show you guys we're on all Madden, unless we're not, which I can't remember, but I mean, we're dotting up. I mean, that's so easy. People are like, yeah, you're dotting up against the AI. Congrats, man. Talent. Yeah, nice 2-minute warning there. 159. Way to go, yeah. And there you go. Free rush off the edge for Daniil. 6-point deficit. I do not care. I can't believe I'm doing all this just for us to lose, like, instantly next week. Literally, we're going to lose the game, like, 34-0. Like, what a joke, dude. And maybe, I mean, maybe it is on All-Pro. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is all irrelevant. Maybe we're technically proper cheating on this one. But I'm almost certain it's on All Madden. I mean, it's not like these like some of these have been semi-easy, but there have been some really good coverage plays. I mean, I'm not going to go around acting like we've just had the wide open throws. I mean, that's a force. Almost picked. Jesus, close call. Post shot. There's really no one open on this one. At least pre-play. There you go. Hurry up to the line. Change it to like base 4 verts. Probably did have the interior open. Zeke is like a big tank-looking moaf. I like it. Njoku, you want to be a part of this one? That's really poorly thrown. Tight end attack. This play, it's kind of decent. Just take the first down. Oh, there you go. Njoku kind of got a little lucky on that one, right? Chark shot, maybe? Throw it away. Thankfully, that's not grounded. 31 seconds, huh? The safety's going to over-pursue on Zeke, and Chark's going to be wide open. I don't know why that always happens. Maybe not wide open, but he's open. Okay, I don't know why I didn't see the scoreboard. It didn't show touchdown, so I was like, did they not count that? I don't understand why the safety always bites on that. Watch him still score like a game-winning bomb. And we win the game 28-27. What a game. It's almost like Sim is broken. What a joke, dude. 4 touchdowns, 428 yards for Herbert. Rushing. Zeke was 7 for 18. Really? 7 for 18, huh? Okay. If you say so, man. Like, who is on their team? Don't know who that is. Hayward's old. Rankins is okay. And then, like, a bunch of people we don't even know. To the divisional up against the Niners. Almost 10 overalls higher than them. Can't wait till we lose 45-0. All right, end of the first quarter. They're already up 7-0. Oh, offense scored. And we give up another safety. This is the second season in a row I've seen a safety given up in the postseason by us. There we go. Finally scoring something. 31-9, 34-9. Looking really good here. 41-9. Finally a performance worth... Really? Finally a worthwhile performance as we're headed to the championship, which automatically means we are screwed. No matter who we're playing, Daniel Jones gets outplayed. Zeke finally plays well. Defensively, Rashawn, man, that pass rush. That pass rush at times is dominant. Of course it should be because, I mean, look how good they are. Up against the Bears. The last time the Packers and Bears played in the championship round, that was the Packers' Super Bowl season. Of course, this is a bit different as they have Lamar Jackson, who's won like pretty much every MVP outside of this latest season. Oh, and it's a snow game. What a legendary matchup this would be to actually play in or watch. Oh, look at this. This just looks good. That just looks so good. Like, tell me that doesn't get you going, because it gets me going. Wow, speaking of getting going, the Bears are wasting no time. 10-17. Defense is trying, but they're in a bit of a spot. Nice little comeback here before half. Do not score, although they score here in the second half start. I was going to slow sim, but we're not even in the fourth yet. It's a really close game as we're up by 4 now. Start of the fourth, and somehow this Packers team, despite all odds, is in this one for the win, and they win, and I am surprised. 45-30. Absolutely dominated in that. You know, like, the comeback was just like, you could see that we were always creeping. We were always creeping, and then we just kept scoring, and they were scoring little bits by little bits, and we were just putting up touchdown after touchdown, and who would have thought the best way for us to win is to get rid of our best free safety by far. Well, not even best free safety, but, you know, one of the best free safeties in the league, and we replace him with a rookie. I mean, who would have thought that was going to be the reason why we'd make it here to the Super Bowl? It's crazy. Obviously, should have probably lost to the Falcons there, but, you know, let's actually take a look. Please be on all Madden. Oh, God, I cheated. Never mind. Oh, Lord. No wonder why it was so easy. Of course, you can see, you know, other than the all-pro thing. I mean, what do you mean? There was only one game played across the board. Oh, Lord. Let's go against these Ravens. 89 to 96. So, once again, we're way better than, like, every team. But we don't always play that way. So, let's hope we play that way here so we can just finish this thing out and be happy with our lives. The Ravens starting quarterback is 74 overall Cam Newton. And how do I know his overall? Because I was looking at teams to trade our players away for picks to, and I seen that Cam Newton was the quarterback of this team, and I almost traded, and then I was like, wait a minute, it's Cam Newton, and as usual, here we are. I mean, we're losing to 74 overall Cam Newton. EA! Stop sucking this man dry! Why is he so good in Sim? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. He's wide open there. I mean, I don't understand why Cam Newton is so good in Sim. I don't get it. 4 touchdowns to 1 receiver. It's always the user teams. It's always our team that doesn't do well. If we switch over to the Ravens in Sim, I bet you we'd get smoked. I actually kind of want to test that. You know what? I am actually going to test that. Let's be honest. The Ravens won the game, especially with that fumble. They were probably about to recover it. But let's actually test it. Let's go to the Ravens and see what happens in Sim. Take a look at all the team overalls, 96 overall. I thought everyone was kind of about to be the 90s, in the 90s, but as you can see here, not even close. I actually thought, you know, most of the teams are going to be like a 90 overall, but a lot are in the 84, 85, 86, 87s. So, I mean, you can see that we've built one hell of a squad. So I'm not really, you know, questioning that. I just want to question EA's Sim, which I mean, we've all been questioning for how long. Let's take a look at that overall, though. Let's see. So, my bad. He got up in 1 overall this season. He just got to star, I would think. No, he's worthy star. But, I mean, I just understand how they love this guy so much. He's just always so good in Sim. He's just a madman. I mean, look at his defense. Like, they have Mac. They have Chase Young. I mean, it's not that good when you compare it to the rest of the league. It's just really not. But let's take a look. So, now we're the 87 overall Ravens. They're the 96 overall Packers. If we win this, I don't even know. It is what it is. At least if it's set up so then the AI has a better chance to win, I guess fair enough. But you know, if we win this, then it's just the Sim is just completely broken and beyond repair. So Green Bay scores 7 out the gates. And obviously the difference is so far Ravens would have been up by quite a bit so far. 14-0, 21-0. Expose him! Expose him! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to expose EA like this. I apologize. So it doesn't matter your overall. It just appears that, I mean, I'll still see the Packers win because that's technically us winning. It just appears that the AI has the Sim advantage over you no matter what. Nice. Love it. I love it. Has anyone ever done this before, by the way? Like, just switch to the team last second and see who wins? Because, like, we just got smoked 35-14 with a team that just put up 42-22. It would have been less than that as well for the Packers side if we didn't come in. Green Bay wins, even though we're the Ravens in this scenario. What a game, man. What a game. Regardless, you already knew the team was pretty damn good. Terrell Burgess is the player of the game, which is a little strange. You already knew the team was good. Didn't really need a Super Bowl to, you know, solidify how great the roster was that we drafted. Obviously, you know, with the new draft system, it's a little bit harder to get a team that's, you know, good as it used to be, but overall, we still landed a hell of a team. It does kind of suck that you're limited on quarterbacks now, though. Like, before you had a choice of, you know, do you want Love in the really late rounds or Hurts or something like that, but you still need to draft those guys kind of high. Like, Love is a 4th rounder. Can't remember when Hurts was, but can't be past 10, so kind of sucks in that sense, but I suppose you could always draft a rookie in the rookie draft. Let's take a look at the stat line. So, of course, Cam Newton in this simulation, nowhere near as good. He has like 4 or 5 touchdown passes when we were the Packers. But obviously on the other side, the Packers absolutely destroy us. Not even close. Grant Money finally did something. Did nothing throughout this thing. And that is pretty much that. Did you have... Absolutely not. And it's against the AI. Actually, I should have said yes. because then, like, if I say no and everyone's saying no for franchise, like, well, let's just remove franchise then. Can you imagine that? That's their solution. Screw it, just remove it. But anyways, that is going to be our perfect fantasy draft rebuild of the Green Bay Packers. Will we do more of these in the future? Probably. Probably won't be the Packers, though. Not that it really matters, but I suppose we could have been something. We could have been, like, a team with multiple first rounds or something like that. But overall, I mean, I kind of had fun, right? I mean, I feel like the more challenging rebuilds are more fun than this, but it's kind of fun sometimes to change it up and see how good of a team you can make. Obviously, now we're the Ravens here, but that's pretty much it. I keep selling on streams, and I keep mentioning it, and it's no excuse or anything like that, but, like, I honestly, the last, like, couple of days, I just feel like the days have bleeded together. Like, my sleep schedule has been so bad. I just feel like I can't stay awake. Like, I don't know. Maybe one of you guys is, like, a medical expert. They're like, yeah, you're dying, dude. You should probably go check on that and, like, not die. But, yeah, I'm going to try to stream tonight. I just can't take a nap. If I'm dead tired streaming, at least I'll be there for a stream. Oh, man. We should have I wouldn't say should, but there might be a Cyberpunk video on the second channel today, which would be the last of Cyberpunk, which would be kind of sad, but also kind of exciting because, once again, I've wanted to play games like God of War, Last of Us. I would say Spider-Man Remastered, which we started already like months and months and months ago, but that'll probably be last on my list because even though it is fun and I actually kind of want to play it, it's going to be kind of a long game, and we already played Miles Morales, so I think Last of Us or God of War is on the list more recent. Maybe Jedi Fallen Order would be on that list too soon. There might be something on the Switch. I don't know. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays. And then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for all things other than Rams Online User Franchise, which could be another one tomorrow. Kind of falling behind on that series a little bit, so I'm trying to catch up so then it's a little bit more recent. So if you guys have suggestions for what we should do, I can actually take those suggestions rather than like, it's week 3 and you're like, bro, you need to get this position. It'll change everything. And I'm like, we're at week 11. Sorry, pal, the trade deadline's gone. But yeah, regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. Well, if you have any suggestions for rebuilds in the future, rebuild ideas, franchise ideas, trades, I really do need an idea for something to replace Washington. Not that I feel like we need to, because personally, Rams franchise and Bulldogs gives me plenty to do along with the rebuilds and all that, but it would be nice to add another series. Maybe you guys like to see a player career. Maybe we redo face of the franchise proper and, continue it on like All Madden or something. I don't know. But let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, like I said, thanks for watching. I'll be coming back for next video. But until next video, see ya!